Hello and welcome to the Colleges 9 and 10 YouTube channel. We're here to talk to you all about student leadership and what it means to be involved as a student leader on campus at Colleges 9 and 10. So I should introduce myself. My name is Christian Galigas. I'm the Reservations and Events Assistant here at Colleges 9 and 10. I do I have hand in all of the events and all the venues here. You might have attended some in the past. With me today are two of our student leaders who are going to introduce themselves. Thank you for being here, being with me here today. We're gonna have a fun, just a short conversation of what it means to these two folks about student leadership. So I'll throw it over to Gwen to introduce.
Hi, my name is Gwen. I'm a third-year film and history double major. I'm currently the fall planning assistant at College 10, and I also work for Terry Freitas.
I'm AJ Bellado. I'm a fifth-year chemistry BS major. I'm a PA for College 9 and 10. I'm also an RA for Porter and Kresge in Redwood Grove.
So thank you for being here. I'm really glad to be speaking with both of you about this stuff. You two threw out some terms and acronyms and stuff that maybe people might not know. So if you really quick, just explain what some of the positions you hold are.
So I'm the fall planning assistant.
Sure.
I help facilitate and also help the college guides basically with their groups and helping them facilitate their groups move to college. So usually they're freshmen or transfer students. And I was in that role last year. So I'm helping them with my personal experience and how to support their groups in that role. And I'm also working with the cafe this year, which was previously a lounge. And this year it's going to be a sort of lounge and food pantry for students this year, which is going to be really exciting. And we also put on programs sometimes with the cafe.
So like Gwen, I was a CG as well last year, but this year I'm a PA, which is basically a programs assistant, which is also similar to what Gwen's role is. But as a PA, we basically make great events for like College 9 and 10. We create and advertise like all around the college. As an RA, I basically like I don't know. I'm kind of like the parent of the floor. People come to me to like ask for like if they need help, if they need like certain like accessibility options. They come to me if they just need like resources, if they need like basically anything, like because like I know that moving into like on campus after like 1 year of like online school is kind of rough. So like I'm here to facilitate that transition from like online to like in person, basically.
Yeah, and you two serve a really important role here at the university. You two are student leaders. And that's something that this is what the conversation is supposed to revolve around: student leadership. Studies have shown, and like I know people throw that term around a lot. Studies have shown. I don't know it off the top of my head, but we have tangible research that shows people, students, university folks who are involved in student leadership are more likely to succeed in their curricular activities, so classes and all that. They'll have a higher GPA on average, which doesn't make sense initially, because you're throwing more and more responsibilities onto your plate, and so that divides your focus. So what I want to do is sort of talk about y'all's experience as student leaders, because who best to advertise student leaderships than the students in leadership positions themselves. So I just want to know what got you interested in student leadership in the first place.
Okay.
With AJ.
Okay, cool. So I'm a naturally like a shy person. Like when I became a CG or college guide, that kind of threw me like out in the open. Like, hey, you gotta be like more outward instead of just being like an introvert all the time. and like that kind of helped me out like socially. It's like normally I wouldn't talk to anyone, just like mind my own business, and like being a student leader definitely helped me out like socially, and like I'm able to talk my thoughts out more, and like yeah, also as a student leader, like you're you know more a lot more resources that are out there, especially in like UCSC. So like that information like lets you utilize those resources, so like you're able to succeed a lot more compared to like not being a student leader in some case, like because you're not always in the know as like just a normal student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And so being like starting out your journey as a student leader was like, hey, I now know resources.
Yeah.
Gwen, what got you interested in student leadership positions on campus?
For me, when I first came to school as a freshman, I didn't feel immediately connected to the school. And so I thought a good way to do that was to basically insert myself in certain groups. My freshman year, I was with Terry Frida's Cafe, and it was just nice to, first of all, get to know people that I might not have gotten to know otherwise, and just know that I had people backing me. Like I had a group, a community that I could communicate with, and I know that they would support me. And it helped me branch out a lot. Also, like AJ, I'm a very naturally shy person. So it was kind of me stepping out of my comfort zone to push myself to meet new people, try new things, and also just gain like life experience and have something to do in my free time when I'm not in class.
Yeah, and so that's something you two point out something very, very important. A lot of people think that RAs or people that organize the events are all extroverted and want to talk to other people and do that naturally. That's that's yeah, I see you shaking your head. That's not the case here. That you don't have to be super on all the time to be a leader. And a lot of instances that shows folks who are kind of on the fence about stuff, um, about being sort of on the fence about being a student leader, that there is a diverse group that organize all the stuff that they're partaking in. Something else that I wanted to AJ, you touched on this. Something else that I wanted to explore was, what are you getting out of this? You could just go to class, do your homework, do the final, get your grade, and that's it. Enjoy the rest of your life. So why is this? What are you benefiting from by working as a student leader?
um Good question. So basically what it benefited me is like I now have like the leadership experience that like I normally wouldn't get as a student. So like I can apply that to like my future career. I can apply that to like whatever basically, and everything that I learned here I can just like apply to like almost anything in life, right? Um, I also know that like UCSC has my back as a student leader. They care for like my own well-being first as a before I become a student or before as a student leader. So like so they want you to succeed, so like that kind of helps me out like succeed basically in college. And
When you say they, you really mean me and your supervisor, right? Like,
yeah, basically.
yeah, cool.
But yeah, like
So what I'm hearing is skills to build up for your professional career outside of college, right? And also some professional development for some personal growth.
mhm,
Great. Gwen, what about you?
For me, it's a lot about connections, making connections with people that withstand years and like people I'll continue to talk to, even though we might not be in the same position or same college anymore. So just that those connections that will never really fade. And also just like giving back to your community as a whole, being there for your, whoever you're in charge of, like for AJ, he's a resident assistant, being there for your residents, for college guides, being there for the group that you're in charge of, whether it be frosh or transfers, just supporting people, putting on events that make people happy and like want to go to school, even super like niche events that people might not connect with their friends, they can find people across campus who do like those really niche interests. And I really love that. I love helping foster those connections as well, but also making them and enjoying them for myself.
I see. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. There's that personal aspect to it, because this is inherently student leadership is inherently connected. So you're building up connections, both personal and professional, and growing in that regard. Something that I wanted to ask. This is closer to like your memory. So give it a second. Your Both of you have been around for at least a little while. What have been your favorite moments as a student leader with colleges 9 and 10?
Hmm.
Difficult.
Yeah, yeah, put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, like
last,
oh, go ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
We'll go with Gwen first.
For sure.
Last year when we were all remote, AJ and I were CGs. It was just nice to host a movie night or host a game night and see all those faces pop up on the screen and have people interacting, even though we're all hundreds of miles from each other. Like maybe some are in different states, maybe some are in different countries, but we're all there in that moment, connecting and bonding over like a video game like Minecraft or Among Us. Like even though those events are kind of silly, they are important and there is value to them. So again, the big thing with me is like personal connection, especially last year when we were all kind of isolated because of the pandemic. So it was that for me is probably like my favorite moment, is just connecting as best and as often as we could with value and with connections being made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like the most recent memorable moment is like meeting my coworkers like in person for the first time, because I've worked with them for like at least a year online, and like it's it it's a different vibe, definitely a different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it
Yeah.
was like really, it's really cool in my opinion. But
Yeah. As like a staff person having to navigate like the pandemic and all that stuff. I miss having students in this area. As you can see, we're all separated out into
yeah,
different rooms, closed doors, so we can be maskless. But even with just gathering out in the lounge out there with masks on, that's an entirely different, more solid feeling of connection, more solid sense of purpose being in the room with everyone.
yeah.
So yeah, and okay, the last thing that I want to cover before we start to close here is what sort of skills have you acquired since signing on as student leaders, whether it be at the cafe or as a as a college guide or as a resident assistant?
I can go first if
Yeah.
okay, cool. So as a PA, I basically learned how to become more creative, like with events and stuff, because like sometimes it's hard to make an event, and you just gotta get creative with like the limited stuff that you do have. Yeah, basically. I also learned how to like organize, like how to talk to people and like gain their trust, and like I don't know. Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Just talking skills, basically.
yeah, I'm hearing personable skills,
Yeah.
interacting social skills, and exercising your sense of creativity, because yeah, there's a lot of creativity that goes into your specific positions. Gwen, what about you?
Probably the biggest one for me that I've really had to learn, and I'm really appreciating that I have learned, is like communication and just team building, like working in big groups, being able to delegate tasks and making sure that things run smoothly, making sure everyone's on the same page. Because when, the communication's not um, sufficient, then the event doesn't usually work out all right, which that's another thing, is like learning from mistakes. Is like sometimes events don't always go the way you want them to.
Yeah,
So you have to take a step back and realize, okay, what went wrong? how do we solve this for next time? How do we prevent this from happening? So basically just like general problem solving skills and communication are probably like the two biggest that are most relevant in our roles, I would say.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that you bring that up. Learning from failure, delegation, these are all some really great skills in addition to organization and personable socialization skills. On top of this, there's again, the studies have shown these are legitimate studies. I just can't reference them right now because I don't have those notes. But on top of all of that, we have sorry, you already said organization, but uh, a lot of other like soft skills. We teach you how to interact online. In a more growing and digital age, we are teaching folks how to reach out professionally and socially online. If you're part of various other teams like Tech Crew, you learn how to work audio and visual equipment for presentations and events. If you work at the cafe, you get some barista experience and also food pantry experience to handle all the basic needs that we have available that we need to fulfill on campus. On top of all this, throughout all of our student leader positions at colleges 9 and 10, we also have they're all scaffolded with the themes in mind. So for college 9, uh, international and global perspectives are constantly brought up in all of our positions. Social justice and community, the themes for college 10, are woven into all of the events and all of the positions that we hold. So there's a lot there. And if you just need a job, if you need to make money, that's student leadership, and that is a valid form of desire to be a student leader because people need to get paid.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, this was supposed to be a short conversation to highlight just two folks. These are just two stories. There's so many more other stories that we could have pulled for this talk. But I chose you two specifically. One, because you were available, but two, you both represent a wide range of what we're looking to highlight as student leaders. So thank you for being here with me today. If you are interested in college, not in being a student leader at colleges 9 or at college 9 or college 10, check out our website, college9.ucsc.edu or college10.ucsc.edu for any opportunities that might be available. Also, check out your emails in case any updates are directly sent to you. AJ, Gwen, thank you for being here. If you have any other parting thoughts, this is the space to do it. Otherwise, we are going to sign off.
Y'all, we need more PAs.
PA, program assistants, and also PA also stands for peer advisor. So if you are more into helping people with their academics, check out the advising office. They might have student positions open and available for you there. Gwen, anything to add?
If you're thinking about it, I would say you should just go ahead and give it a try. Like, there's no harm, and it could be like one of the best decisions you've ever made. I know it's one of mine. Like, I think it would be a good thing to try, especially if you've never done anything like this before. So.
Thank you. And so yeah, this was AJ. This was Gwen. My name is Christian. If you are looking to get involved, look out for any of the several notifications we're going to be sending out. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not sure where I want to end this, so we're just going to end it now. Goodbye.